Hello everybody, I'm Paul Plummer. Welcome back to PXP Endurance. Today I want to introduce you to Monica. Monica is one of those, I will call her a client initially, but she's much more than that. A good friend. She's been around for a number of years. It's been fun how we met and how she's transitioned into things. And so, welcome Monica. To get started with, kind of tell a little bit of the background of where you've been, what you've done, how things have been for you with PXP Endurance.
Well, it's been a few years, but when I started with PXP, I had no idea what a run meant. I could get up and run. I had no idea what technique was. I'm not what I would consider an athlete. I was not a high school or college athlete. I didn't start to run until I was in my 50s. So
just yesterday.
Yeah, kinda.
Right.
I met Paul on my first run with Carmel Runners, and I got injured.
Mm-hmm.
And they told me to go flag down the guy in the tall guy in the red shorts.
Yep. Yeah, that was a good introduction.
Yes, it was.
we had a long walk back after that. But it was one of those things where, that's how we met. That's how I meet many of you, is because something's not going well. You get injured or something happens, and we look at some mechanics, look at some whatever that piece might be, whatever was the cause of pieces, and we overcame that injury, and you've done a lot since then. This non-runner, this non-athlete, has run several marathons. She's done several Disney events, and I'll let you talk about your favorite thing, Disney, here in a second. But on those Disney events, it's a 4-day event where they'll run a 5K, a 10K, a half marathon, and on the last day they'll run a marathon. She's done half Ironman events. She's done a bunch of triathlons, gotten into swimming, gotten into cycling and so forth. Tell us a little bit about your experience with that also.
It's been a lot of fun. When I started with Paul, I had no idea what triathlon was. I could barely run. My version of a bike was, if you wanted to go fast, you just pedaled faster. Until now, I had never owned a bike that had gears. So that was a whole new experience. So my challenge to Paul was, if you think you can teach me how to use a bike, I will try something.
And you were successful. That was very good.
And I was successful. I think part of what I've learned is to enjoy the journey as much as the actual event. That's one of the things that have come out after many years with Paul at PXP Endurance, and the support of the teammates. It makes a big, big difference. And it makes it fun.
Yeah, and that's, she's got some events that she's accomplished and that kind of stuff, and as what we like to do around here, it's the workouts, it's the journey that's really the fun part, where we get to do things. The race events, those are show-off days. Everything else, we know what we should be doing or what could happen. Sometimes those things don't go well. Sometimes they go as well as we expected, but they're really just show-off days. It's that journey, that's that support of doing certain things. And then we talk about the tagline, your goal is your success. Monica has a different version of what that really means.
It's called Paul's Goal is Monica's Success.
That's correct. Sometimes, and maybe you're the same way, you have this vision of yourself of a certain type of athlete, a certain type of level, a certain place. I don't have the baggage of looking at those pieces. I get to see what's happening and see those potential pieces of what can happen. And sometimes it turns into Paul's goal is your success, and some of those goals, and watching you cross those finish lines of things that you thought were impossible at one point, and now they're something that you do routinely. That's a lot of fun. Monica, thank you.
Some of the things I think, just to edit a little bit of what you're saying, to my point is, goals that I didn't know were possible. Sometimes it's goals that you didn't even know existed.
Yeah.
And you've made it not only possible, but I've been able to do things I never dreamed I could ever do.
And done it well. Now we've battled some challenges in that training, and that's part of the fun, whether a soreness, a pain, an injury, worst case scenarios have happened, but we also got to share a lot of successes of daily events, maybe one day of accomplishing something that hasn't been done before in terms of a technique or a short interval. But putting all those pieces together, that journey is a lot of fun. Maybe you guys are the same way, where you've thought about wanting to do something, but you've got this thought in your head that you don't know how, or you don't think you can. We've got examples, and Monica's one of those good examples of don't be limited by those things. Don't hold yourself back. We look forward to seeing you. Stop by, say hello, introduce yourself to Monica. We'll see you soon.
Hope to see you soon.